Hello, I'm Kerry Gorgone with Appfire. And if you've got questions about project portfolio management, you are in the right place. Today on Appfire Presents, the best project portfolio management show by Appfire, we're going to be talking with Elena Figler of CALYX about what even is PPM. We're going to get into it. She's got decades of experience. We are going to talk about why it's important. We've got so much coming up, so don't go anywhere.
You've got questions about PPM, but you're afraid to ask? Well, wait no longer. Appfire presents the best project portfolio management show by Appfire.
All right, Elena, we've got 10 minutes, so let's talk about project portfolio management, or PPM.
Yeah.
What even is it?
So first of all, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, in 10 minutes, I'm going to talk fast. So project portfolio management, or PPM, because who doesn't love abbreviations and acronyms? It's the discipline and practices that really drive the strategic selection and execution of projects and programs. It essentially aims to improve business value delivery through that selection, optimization, and oversight of projects and project investments so that they align to business goals and strategies. Different companies have different objectives and strategies, and they want the work that they undertake to align to those strategies. And it really provides like a centralized view of the work and progress, and it helps to prioritize projects and allocation of those really critical resources. And so
when people say like your people are your best resource,
people are your
it
best
all
resource.
depends what they're doing, right?
It,
And how
it
you use
depends.
them.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, people, key resource, and they're limited. And right, if you think about it, businesses want to make sure that they're using resources, money, time, technology. They want to make sure that they're using those things to achieve the most valuable work and that attains their strategic objectives. And so the practices within project and portfolio management, that's what enables those the decisions. And think about it, there's an abundance of work and projects and initiatives that any business could undertake, right? And so the question, PPM, those processes, they help ensure that the right ones are selected at the right time with the right resources, and applying a consistent framework to make sure you can, see value and compare different outcomes from different projects.
Now, Elena, this is probably very basic, but people you see the letters mixed up. It'll be like PPM, PMP, like every variation of it. So what do the different variations mean? Why does it matter? Just so we understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, so PPM is it's kind of a generic term, project and portfolio management. You have projects and groups of like projects or similar projects or projects within interdependencies. They're grouped in a portfolio. You just essentially, group them together. You mentioned, I think, PMP, which is a certificate, project management professional. That's a certification from the Project Management Institute for project managers in particular. And there are all kinds of different certifications that project managers or program managers, or in the agile world, we have release train engineers and solution train engineers, but those are sort of different certifications. But when you're talking about PPM, project and portfolio management, you're talking about selecting the right group of projects and executing those projects to get the most value, like business value for your company.
Why then is PPM really important for your company?
Yeah, really important. I think the simple answer is following good practices. It optimizes value delivery, and it helps organizations and make sure that they're making the best decisions for their resources and their strategy. It would be great, and it would be super easy, if resources, people, time, money were unlimited, but they're not. And so because they're not, companies want to make sure with those limited resources that they're doing the highest value activities or projects with what they have. And then, of course, they want to be fast and efficient and deliver those things with quality, because I don't know, who wants to deliver a low quality project or a crummy product, or
well, I got it done, didn't I?
You got it done, but if customer is ever going to use it, or it's so buggy, it's in software development, it's so buggy. So you really want to make sure that you're using those resources correctly. And the other thing with PPM and the why is big value is the information and the data to provide insights into how things are going and whether those projects are still the right selection of projects to meet the strategy, right? You want to be able to always look back and review and see trends, and have accurate and up-to-date information and data. And that's also where PPM can come in and help. You want to be able to maximize the ability to, make changes when needed or be agile. You want to be able to pivot. And the way you do that is through data and information and analytics. And that's something that PPM really also helps with.
Elena, I'm glad you brought this up because you're in the
Yeah.
technology and software development space. Talk
I
about having
am.
a lot of data to work with. So how do you choose for your team which projects go into that portfolio?
Yeah. So highest value, again, there's assessments about, what's going to provide the highest value to our customers and what customers are looking for, and maximizing that value. So, we're an agile shop, so we follow agile and scaled agile, but we're always taking a look. We want to make sure that we're getting feedback from the market. We understand what's going on. We understand what features are going to generate some more revenue, add some more customers. We want to reduce costs. So it's an ongoing effort, and sometimes one of the things we want to make the ability to pivot or adjust or change as inexpensive as possible, because sometimes we don't always make the right decisions, in terms of
What?
what to select. Yeah, I
I know we've all heard the
know.
term pet project. That is a thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's a really good point, because if you have solid practices and processes and you're really doing that assessment and focusing on business value, or some people return on ROI, return on investment, and having the right information and data, it really does help stop those pet projects or that local optimization within a singular department, because it becomes harder to hide the true value. Someone's pet project, when you run through the analysis and take a look at whether it's providing business value, if you're using analytics and data, um, it becomes pretty evident pretty quickly if they can't make a sound case for why that work or that initiative is more like a pet project than providing business value. So, being able to compare essentially apples to apples with a framework, that's where PPM will help you out.
we got to talk a little bit about tools. I mean, at Appfire, we have Big
Mhm.
Picture. We have a suite of project portfolio management tools. What kind of things
Oh,
do you use?
good
What are
Lord.
some of your
So,
favorites?
well, first of all, here's the thing. So, when we talk about tools, really, a tool is really anything that that helps a business with their project portfolio management. So we're talking just PPM tools. I know
And there's
there's
tons of like
tons,
steps
tons,
along the way.
tons. Yeah. So we whatever tools help select and then execute the right mix of work to achieve strategy. And it really depends on how broadly you want to interpret the word tools, right? Um, I can give you a wide range of answers. There's so many commercial and homegrown tools out there. I think when people think project management or program management, they'll think, oh, a tool like Microsoft Project or PlanView or Rally or Jira or any of those collaboration tools, Confluence, and a lot of different, a lot of variety. But other common tools really that can help includes just things like business cases, or a lean business case, outline the need for the project or program and the expected benefit. Tools like RAID logs, risks, assumptions, issues, decisions. Those are tools. Even tools like Excel, PowerPoint, Word, um,
Which we
really
tend to
help.
skip right over,
We
but
skip right
yeah.
over, but they're
Mhm.
tools, and particularly for smaller companies or smaller projects. Um, I've seen some killer integrated Excel trackers. I'm going to call it that, but a sexy name for it could be a tool.
Elena,
And
I have to tell you, like, a whole bunch of Appfire apps are free for teams of 10 or less. I'm just saying, like for small teams.
Yeah, for small, it's fantastic, right? So this, you just made the point. There are so many of them out there, and it's really finding. I always say, keep it simple, right? My motto is keep it simple for any of the tools you use, and um, don't choose something like overly big and you think it's gonna provide you really exciting graphics that aren't gonna tell your story. So I
Thank
think
you.
it really does depend on what you're trying to do, but keep it simple. All the communication tools out there, you need to find the right fit of the tool for depending on there's construction projects, software
Mhm.
development projects, there's implementation projects. It really depends, and the maturity of the organization it depends on. But
Elena, we did it.
small.
10 minutes on
That's
project
it.
portfolio management. We did it. You have to
Holy
come
moly.
back another time because there's like a million
All
other
right.
things that we have to talk about. The
Wow.
best project portfolio management show by Appfire. We'll
Awesome.
see you next time.
Thank you.